Pastor Catherine from the Pastor Catherine show. Well, sometimes I can get gross. I like things to be well rounded. And again, to have things well rounded, everything is not going to be nicey all the time. Today we're going to talk about 7 horrifying things that can result from kissing. Why? Because this is Lover's Month. All kinds of lovers are loving. And one thing they have to be mindful of is spreading those germs. For the same reason you wouldn't share a fork with a stranger or say, lick an ATM, inserting your tongue into someone else's mouth can set your body up for disaster. Here's how. 1. It can expose you to nasty bacteria that makes you feel miserable. Mouth can serve as a transmission route for germs because there is close connection with the gastrointestinal and respiratory system, the lungs, the stomach. And these are common sites of infection for germs, explained Kelly Reynolds, PhD, a microbiologist at the University of Arizona, Zuckerman's College of Public Health. At that goes for people who seem perfectly healthy, since humans can shed pathogens through saliva for a few days before and after experiencing symptoms. How many of you knew that? As you might imagine, open mouth kissing is particularly itchy. It transfers some germs than closed mouth kissing. And the more germs you're exposed to, the more likely you are to get sick, according to Reynolds. While not kissing anyone at all is the best protection, simply not kissing people who have fever, a telltale sign they're contagious. Seem run down or feel like they're getting sick can also help. Otherwise, kissing could mean you get a strep or staph bacteria infection, or in some cases, a cold or the flu. Although you're actually more likely to contract those from inhaling the particles an infected person expels when they cough, since germs suspended in the air are more likely to be inhaled deep into the respiratory passage, according to Reynolds. 7 horrifying things that can result from kissing. 2. It can spread viruses from mononucleosis and meningitis that can put you out for weeks, if not months. They're 2 of the most commonly transmitted pathogens by the kissing, according to Reynolds. Since the monovirus can persist and cause symptoms like extreme fatigue for upward of 6 months in some people, and meningitis, the inflammation of the membrane surrounding your brain and spinal cord can last up to 10 days, sometimes causing permanent and even life-threatening damage. Neither conditions are remotely desirable. 3. It can lead to sexual transmitted infections. As you hopefully learned in sex ed, microbes that cause gonorrhea, syphilis, herpes, And HPV, hepatitis, can be transmitted through saliva, often asymptomatic. You have no symptoms at all. These can easily be passed between partners in an act as innocent as kissing. And this why is so serious today that even they are advising husband and wives to use condoms, especially if you know you're having sex with someone else. Unprotected sex. We're supposed to be practicing safer sex technique. Number 4, it can lead to cold sores. Kissing can spread cold sores and infection caused by the herpes virus that's marked by fluid-filled blisters around the mouth. Since the virus can be contagious regardless of whether sores are visible, kissing someone who doesn't appear to be infected can still lead to a mouth infection, and later on, you can end up with the herpes virus. 7 horrifying things that can result from kissing. I never ever would have thought that I would be teaching this. Number 5, it can expose you to blood-borne viruses like HIV. While HIV is typically transmitted through semen, vaginal fluids, and blood, kissing can lead to transmission on the off chance that both you and an infected partner happen to have tears in your gums, which can be caused by brushing too hard, aggressive flossing, or early stages of gingivitis, all of which creates an opportunity for blood to be exchanged according to Reynolds. Number 6, it can cause cavities. Ooh. Because kissing can expose you to bacteria found in your partner's dental plaque and cavities. According to Reynolds, cavities are considered contagious, and that regardless of whether a partner's breath seems minty fresh, since anyone you kiss can pass an oral infection. How many people knew that? 7 horrifying things that can cause or result from kissing. Number 7, it can trigger a serious allergy or allergic reaction. Some 12% of people who kiss someone who's eaten a food they're allergic to while experiencing an allergic reaction, according to a Swiss survey on kissing with food allergies. You're more likely to experience a reaction when your partner's just eaten a food you can't tolerate. But your sensitivity depends on the severity of your allergies. And as we get older, we become more sensitive. Our body keeps changing, as do your symptoms, which can include hives, facial swelling, shortness of breath, and vomiting that can occur within minutes of exposure. And some people swell up, their throats swell up and close up, causing them lack of oxygen and possible death. It's why it's smart to make sure your partner is aware of your allergies before locking lips, and they should really understand that although you're not eating it and they're eating it, it will cause you some trouble. So get all the perspiration directly in your feed for people who are on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook.